Hello, friends, and welcome to the Team Fortress TV live TF2 cast of Season 15 Invite. We got a match for you tonight versus Mixup. Mixup once again versus Lost in Translation. I am Bloodsire, and joining me again is Seanbud. Hello, Sean.
Hey, Bloodsire. Always a pleasure.
Indeed. We casted Mixup the other night on Badlands versus. I'm drawing a blank here. Was it below average?
Wait.
It was.
Yes.
It was below
maybe.
average.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm recalling it was below average. Anyway, a little bit of a roll. A little bit one-sided in Mixup's favor. Hopefully tonight, though, Lost in Translation right now, the third-seeded team, third-ranked team on ESEA. Hopefully we're going to have a better one for you. Definitely a team that, in my opinion, are going to land. So should be much better. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. They're starting to kind of separate themselves from the rest of the invite field, the lower tier of invite, you would generally call it or refer to it as. No offense to the other teams, but Mixup and it have definitely set the bar this season, and it seems like everyone else is playing catch-up, and it looks like Lost in Translation is running the fastest. That analogy has worn itself out now.
Yeah, if you guys haven't been paying attention, it's basically been the story of two teams this season. It's it and Mixup. Neither of those teams have played actually yet. They play next week. But until then, we've had Lost in Translation, who will be playing against Mixup. They've played it already, and it ran through them 5-1. It wasn't so much of a roll, Lost in Translation actually putting up a fight. But here we're going to see Lost in Translation battle against Mixup. So maybe a bit of comparison that we might be able to gather at the end of this match based on how Mixup fares against Lost in Translation. Maybe we can get some preemptive comparisons between it and Mixup, and then we're going to have to wait and see. But yeah.
Different map. Also, you mentioned the match we casted. I believe that was Tuesday night, Mixup versus Below Average. Below Average played them pretty closely, but it was the first round was very back and forth. The theme of the match was kind of Mixup, they made better decisions, and Below Average didn't really make any plays. Mixup had a few back cap round wins, and then I think if you want to beat a team like Mixup, you think you're a little bit outclassed, which you probably are going to be most classes or most positions. Let's be honest, a lot of the top tier players in the game on their respective classes, but you need someone to make plays to have a chance against Mixup. You need someone to win that 1v1 and get the back cap. You need someone to get that medic pick. You need some sort of wild card, like maybe decimate sniping, something like that. So I would hope to see some stuff like that from Lost in Translation. Maybe see them mix it up a bit. Try and get an upset for us tonight.
Yeah, and we are talking a lot about Mixup, so why don't we go ahead and run through the roster. I'll give it to you guys. Over on the Scouts, I'm going to start the Scouts this time. We're going to have Enigma and Squitter. That's Jolson. On the Pocket, we have, of course, Platinum. On Roamer this season, we have TLR. On Demoman, we have a Seagull. And medicing for those guys tonight and most nights is Harblu. So, Sean, you want to take the Lost in Translation guys?
Yeah, a little confusing. They do have a few guys that are, Pug Stars, like an off class at, the very highest level of TF2 at multiple classes. But I think we've got Alpha on Medic, Smacka Pocketing, Mela Roaming, Badonsky on Demoman, and Decimate and Sesko is the scout duo. I know Badonsky is very formidable on a lot of classes. Decimate capable on Soldier as well. Smacka can play about anything, and Alpha as well. Very versatile group of guys.
Yeah, it's really interesting because the Lost in Translation team, they're basically a team of off-classers, and like you said, a lot of them very versatile, can play a whole bunch of classes. Badonsky himself was slated to play Scout along with Decimate at the beginning of the season. Unfortunately, it didn't work out when Hero couldn't commit to the full-time. They had to move Smacka to Pocket. Everyone got switched around. Badonsky went on Demo, but we did an interview with Mela when we cast it on Gullywash, the It versus Lost in Translation match, and Mela actually said that he thinks Badonsky is better on Demo than he is on Scout, so we're going to have to look for that in this match. And I'm interested to see how Sesko does too. Sesko did pretty well in that It match on Gullywash, so look for him. He's up against the best in this match. Enigma, certainly one of the top scouts, if not top 2 scouts right now in Invite, so I'm very excited to see how a new blood Sesko can go up against a scout like that.
Yeah, he's Enigma's a fearsome opponent. It's going to be quite the test on Scout. I mean, Enigma's probably been at the top 3 scouts list in Invite for many seasons now, except for the seasons where he was playing Roamer. So he's the seasoned veteran versus the new blood, I'd say, in CS:GO. It looks like we have a pause right away, which doesn't bode well.
It doesn't bode well at all. I'm hoping it's not due to a client issue or an update issue. We are in the midst of a Halloween update, I guess. Crazy things are happening all around the game. So I hope it's something that can be fixed, like a connection issue, and not my game broke because TF2 is broken game thing.
I played a match earlier and we had a couple pauses. One of them was fairly lengthy, trying to get people back in the server. So it's hopefully it's not one of those casts, Blood.
But by the way, man, I kind of caught that. How did you fare in that sticky trap? Because I saw you pause in front of a sticky trap door.
That was the funniest moment to pause in. I survived. Lang was mashing his right click and blasted away the enemy demo's stickies for me. It was quite the moment. It was pretty funny. May highlight that on my stream.
Yeah, I had going on my other monitor and I was doing stuff on my computer and I heard you guys laughing and I looked over and I just saw your screen and it was a crazy pause. The door was open like 5 inches above the ground and just stickies are laid out and you're like, guys? And I could hear Lang just mashing his right click in the background. I'm glad to hear you survived.
Yeah, turned out well for us.
Alright, so I did mention a little bit about the update that we just had to TF2, the Halloween update. We talked about it a little bit when we casted Mixup against Below Average, how there were 2 weapons that they're legal in ESEA. That's the Winger, the Scout Pistol, and also the crossbow, the medic healing crossbow. They both got significant, I guess, upgrades, if you will. You want to run through them a little bit, Sean?
Yeah. The crossbow, it now no longer requires you to have it out to reload it. So it's kind of like the Pyro's flare gun, where it just passively reloads it while you put it away. So you can do a lot more like microing for like trauma heals and instant burst heals with the crossbow. Also instant damage. It's much better for defending yourself. You don't have to worry about having it reloaded before you can switch back and start healing people and building Uber again. So it's much more reliable. Also the Winger, I believe you just jump higher on both jumps instead of the second jump. So a little more mobility available. I don't know how I don't know if it will affect much on Badlands. I think you said you can jump from the closet or the closet ground up to the bridge. Looks like we are going live though. So let's see if anyone does some innovating with the Winger tonight. Who are you gonna watch this first middle, Blood?
I am taking a look. Well, I was going to say a Seagull, but not a Seagull because I watched him last time. I'm going to watch Badonsky. That is the blue demo man for Lost in Translation right now. I'm going to take a look at his rollout, as I always like to do. I'm going to keep an eye on the game clock, see at what time he arrives to the middle point. Gets a nice little skip jump there early, so his rollouts are down. Badlands, one of those staple rollouts you need to get. He's electing to go house, gets the middle at 9:43 right now, just spamming the other team. Jumps up onto his train. A whole lot of red guys in Valley. Looks like both combos decided to go Valley. Blue team right now with the control over the point. No frags as of yet, so a very slow and sustained middle battle right now. Still no frags. Blue all over the point. They are ×5. Looks like they're going to get this. Mix-Up aren't even contesting the point. They just got trapped out. I can't believe what I'm seeing. It's like the first Invite mid-match that I've seen where not a single body was lost.
What the hell was that, Bloodsire? That was like a positional battle. Like, I think Blue just had such dominant positioning on the bridge. Mix-Up was kind of, they were forced into defending from their low ground, and I mean, good patience by them to not overextend into that. I think it would have just translated into a pick if a soldier would have bombed or something like that.
Yeah, we know better. It was the pause. It was the TLR leaving thing. I just
right. All right, you just recalled that.
Yeah,
so that's why Mix-Up was a little more passive in that middle.
I got really excited. I thought we were seeing the next evolution in TF2 meta. We're going to see Mela bomb there, trying to get something going on the weakened Mix-Up team who are down there, Roamer. So the Mela hit not going to hurt them all too much, as both teams are 5v5. Now, both teams are with Uber. Like we said, Mix-Up played it smart. They didn't want to commit when they were only down, or when they were down a player. So both teams do have their medic. And looks like once Tyler gets back in the server, teams are going to be at full strength. Try to get Lost in Translation to get something going with this Uber here at Choke.
Yeah, is Badonsky using the loose cannon as well? No, he's using normal pipes. Sorry, I had my colors confused for a second there. Looks like Mix-Up's wanting to work house a little bit. I see Seagull setting up a pretty cheeky trap. Pretty sure Blue is aware of it. Lost in Translation. I'm wondering if we'll see another Mela suicide here.
Yeah, like right now I got my eye on Tyler, who's in the game. He's got a full buff and he's moving through house right now, just trying to sneak, see what he can get going. Taking a look at that cool glowing plugin. There's nobody around him that he can potentially pick. I'm gonna switch off him. He's not doing much right now. Blue team still spamming, and along with red team, they're both trying to vie for position here at the choke. Maybe catch somebody off their guard, put a lot of damage into one person and go off that while he's healing. I mean, we are at that point where teams are just face to face. Neither of them want to make a move right away. It is the first round, so you want to set the pace of the game. Here comes Mela bombing in. Actually gets an awesome rocket onto Hardblue. Hardblue drops. I believe that was an air shot coming in from Mela. A huge play, Sean, as blue team are pushing in the choke.
Yeah, incredible rocket there from Mela. Hardblue tries to surf out of there. Didn't see the second rocket coming for him. I guess it was a good try to milk, but Mela hitting the direct. Well played by Mela. Blue's Uber does get forced. I believe Platinum was the one that forced that. No, it was Tyler. Excuse me. Plat got out. Seagull gets taken down, though. There will be no forward hold opportunity here. Looks like Mixup's going to have to rely on their spawns to get up in time and get that point sticky. I don't see anything coming in. Actually, Lost in Translation is pushing lower a little bit. I don't see anyone going for the cap, though.
Yeah,
looks like they're going to slow it down here.
They had to slow it down. They saw that Mixup had their spawners. It was a short spawn for those Mixup guys who were dead. They were all spawned up now, and Ubers are the same, because it was a good job, like you said, from TLR, popping the Uber on Alpha. But I still can't get over that air shot from Mela. We saw Mela go pretty big in that match versus it on Gully Wash, and here right away, very early in the match, goes absolutely huge with a drop onto Hardblue. Hardblue sure can't be happy about that. Looking at Squitter right now, actually, Sean, he is on Sniper in that left spawn door. I like this play a lot. If anybody comes lower, you can pick them off. If anybody comes right, you can shoot at them before they pop. And actually, we're going to have the pop, Sean, on top left.
Yeah, it looks like actually Enigma cycled over to Sniper to try to do what Squitter was doing. Squitter is going to come up on Pyro. Kind of surprising to see those two. You'd think that'd be the reverse roles there. Looks like the Ubers were exchanged. Mixup pushed out into lobby, and I think they got overextended a little bit. Hardly got taken down. If Lost in Translation can keep their medic alive, they'll have a really good opportunity to repush. And actually, the Mixup goes 3 down, trying to clean up some frags in lobby. And I think Lost in Translation might be able to convert this into a round win. Seagull doing his best to defend the blast cap. He's trying to get some stickies on it. Looks like he does finally get taken down. Lost in Translation will hop on that, and 1-0 for Lost in Translation.
An awesome multi-push play coming in from Lost in Translation there. They used the Uber to get the ball rolling, then they backed out, got a bunch of frags while Mixup tried to get aggressive, then came right back in and got the win, got the first round of the match. Taking a look at the middle point this time around, looks like we have the first demo man again is a Seagull, who is on the train, very aggressive on the middle point. So Mixup right away wants to make up for lost ground in that last round. Lots of damage being put onto Smacker, who gets taken down by some scatter shots. Whole lot of red guys on the point. Looks like they have the better position right now. Blue are in trouble. Sesko at 4 HP. Mela, though, going big. Takes down Hardblue and TLR again. Platinum kills him with a shotty, but not before he loses his medic. Alpha, in the meantime, Sean, is up with 90%.
Yeah, Alpha got out. If he gets this Uber, Lost in Translation will be in a good position for the rest of the round. Looks like Decimate's going to win that 1v1 against Squid at Choke, so that's really good for them. I think Lost in Translation is going to roll this in and try and get the mid cap. We do have a scout, Enigma, trying to sneak in and get a force. He doesn't get it. Seagull's spamming at the mid, also not able to hit him with the loose cannon there. Kind of maybe potentially one of the weaknesses. The long range spam is a little weaker. The mid range is probably better, but no damage put onto Alpha when they got in the middle there, so they're going to be able to take middle and keep the Uber. So this is looking good for Lost in Translation once again. Exactly,
you called it. It's a win-win situation. They got the middle point. They kept their Uber advantage. They got out. They weren't even going to fight that middle point. They just wanted their medic advantage. It's to Melee. It's another air shot onto Tyler. But now they're coming in with this to the second point with that Uber, getting very aggressive right now on the gray bridge. Tyler is down, as we noted, and the blue team are just rushing right in. They're going main as a scout cap's behind them. Looks like they're going to rush it to the last point. Just take the Uber. They need that cap on the second point to go right now. Uber is popped. Smacker's going to take down Hardblue, so Red Medic down again. The blue shiny guys are on the point trying to get more kills. Smacker putting a lot of damage into the soldiers. Tyler at 27 HP gets piped by Badonsky, and only 2 alive left for 3 alive now left alive for Mixup.
Yeah, Sesko was on the back cap. The back cap got stopped by, or the forward cap rather, got stopped by Enigma and Seagull. They kind of realized the only chance to win the round, since they were a little caught up position lobby there, was to stop the cap. They did just that, but then Sesko was able to sneak in and take down the demo. But it looks like Lost in Translation gets caught trying to retreat back out to yard. They still don't have Spire cap. I think they might actually get it right about now. It looks like Plat's trying to defend from battlements. It's not a good spot to do it from Soldier, but he does finally bomb. Expect him to get cleaned up right away. Tyler with the secondary bomb. Squid also jumped across with Hardblue, so really impressive defense there from Mixup to hold on to this cap. I don't see any back cap threats just yet, but look out for that. Looks like, actually, yes, Sesko is on the bats. He's going to do the basher jump up there. Doesn't get the cap. Oh, I don't know if he could have denied Plat there before he was able to get really quick reaction there by Plat to stop the cap by Cisco.
Really good job by Lost in Translation, seeing the open opportunity and rushing into the last, but an even better job by Mixup there, realizing all they had to do was stop the cap, and they would halt Lost in Translation's push. Now the shoe is on their foot as they have a 22% Uber advantage, and they're capping middle. They're going to get it for free. Sesko was dead from that back cap, so Lost in Translation were not at full strength to try to stop that middle point. Now they just need to make sure they get this Uber before the Mixup onslaught jumps on top of them, and we have that Mix-Up Uber now running through diagonal and the forward spawn. Uber still only at 85%. Is actually going to be caught out in yard here, so he's going to need to stay alive before he gets pinched. He is hurt, 58 HP. Platinum takes him down with a rocket. Decimate going to get a kill onto Enigma, and there are 2 down for Mix-Up, but 4 down now for the blue team. Only Decimate with 39 HP and Sesko left alive, and Mix-Up showing a cap in the point, no problem.
Yeah, Sesko's dancing here on Spire, trying to get something done here and delay the cap a little bit. We also have Decimate behind as well, so maybe a little miscommunication there. They probably wanted to fight that together because they were a little too late to fight that, and I think Mixup's going to turn this into a round win here. Platinum takes down Mela on the cap and does cap the final last point. So good back and forth round once again, but Mixup prevails, I'd say. Maybe Alpha lost track of the Ubers, or Lost in Translation lost track of the Uber advantage during that back cap on Spire fight, you know. They probably should have tried to fight mid a little harder if they were going to give it up entirely and, you know, not be able to Uber in yard. But anyways, take the next mid, Blood.
Yeah, well, taking a look, once again, looks like we're going to have Seagull this time go. The safe route, he goes window onto middle point. We're going to have Mela bombing very early. He's actually going behind the other team, so we're going to have to keep out an eye for him. Sesko's going to take down Platinum right away, so he opens up the door for Lost in Translation. And Mela going big once again, taking down the Seagull and Squitter. Mela is huge for this team right now. There are 3 down for the Mix-Up team. Only Alpha went down, but Alpha, of course, is the medic, so that is a big victory for Mix-Up. Even though they're going to lose this point, they're going to have the Uber and the spawners coming up eventually to try to recap this. Blue team's going to need to make sure, Sean, I've been saying it all week, blue team right now, Lost in Translation, they need to make Mix-Up spend the Uber on middle, and it looks like they just did.
Yeah, they did. I think they had Mela hiding in house, so Mela does get the Uber force for the Mix-Up to get the middle push. And actually, Badonsky and Decimate both were able to jump forwards to Spire, so that they actually got the Spire cap, even though Mix-Up blew the Uber to come in the middle. Really good awareness by Lost in Translation. They were able to forward cap Spire. Mix-Up is getting Spire cap as well. Actually, Alpha got a forward spawn. Not the greatest timing on that spawn, Alpha. He's going to get taken down. That is unfortunate. Man, Lost in Translation. I didn't see how the back cap got cleaned up, but man, whoever made that play in Mix-Up was a round saver, I think.
Yeah, it was perfectly poised for Lost in Translation to get something going there. They split up Mix-Up's offense by forcing them to go back for that back cap. Unfortunately, Alpha, a little bit lack of game awareness there, spawned up with nobody and just got pushed out by Mix-Up. Now Mix-Up half cap middle, and they are ×4 on the Spire, so they're going to get that too. They have a big advantage, about 50%. They're climbing right now, trying to get into the Lost in Translation lobby.
Yeah, I'm on the Mela cam right now. He's outside forward spawn, actually, so he might be able to make some plays from there. I don't know if we're gonna see him back spawn once they get in the lobby. Looks like he might try to sneak up drop down. I'm not sure Mix-Up's aware of this. They do have the Uber, and I think he hears a crack one. I think he hears Hardblue up there by drop down. Mix-Up does take the Uber in lower right away, though. He's flashing everybody. They're trying to get some cap time forced here. Looks like they're just gonna save people. Plat's trying to focus his Heavy. Heavy does get taken down. Really good job by Badonsky here. Nice some cap time. No cap time yet. Mix-Up's actually already 4 down. If these last 2 members of Mix-Up get cleaned up, Lost in Translation might be in a good spot here. Tyler gets a nice air shot, and actually the scout runs on the point at the end, trying to get the medic to pop. Alpha, if he can milk here, he finally does get forced by TLR. Man, Tyler hitting some air shots. Badlands last one, he still hits air shots, doesn't matter where he's at.
Yeah, really good job from TLR there before he died, making sure that he got the blue Uber. But we were watching Mela before that, and Mela actually did get the flank, took out the demo man. That was a Seagull, and he also took down Hardblue after the push right there. So we're going to have Uber advantage back in Mix-Up's hands thanks to TLR, who made Smack-a-Pop. And it looks like Lost in Translation are thinking better of this push, realizing that they don't have Uber advantage, and Mix-Up are at full strength. They're just going to have to go back, build that Uber, try to weather the storm once again.
Yeah, really good last little bit Lost in Translation. It was unfortunate that TLR lived so long he was able to get the medic to pop, and I think he actually got a kill late as well. I'm not 100% on that, but we do have a spy up. Who's that? Actually, I see him to switch off. Decimate taking down on Pyro. Mix-Up's going to Uber in lower right away. Just flashing people and getting the point capped, yeah. That's unfortunate. I saw Mela trying the spy play, but I think he cycled back to Soldier.
Yeah. One of the things with Mix-Up that makes them so good, that a lot of teams overlook, is they just force the point. They press the issue a lot on many maps, including Badlands, especially on Process. And it catches teams off guard a lot of times. They expect the Uber and the plays and the bodies to be coming into them, and really just goes to the point. And then teams have to scramble to try to cap it. But right now I'm taking a look at mid number 4 right now. No frags as of yet. The first one goes to a Seagull onto Mela, so he takes out the Mela threat right away. Seagull with a double kill. It is a donk kill onto Decimate. And now there are 2 down for both teams. Actually, Cisco takes down TLR, so things are at even strength here for both teams. Seagull coming in, though, with a triple kill on middle, takes down Smack. Squidder's going to take down Badonsky, and now Alpha is in trouble. He goes down. Sesko, the only one left alive, gets cleaned up by that crossbow. And nice job from Mixup there, recovering and taking middle.
Yeah, I think the initial point presence is much stronger for Mixup right now. I think they have both scouts buffed on the point, you know, pressing people back, making a lot more room for their medic and stuff to get, or the medic and their demo to get healed and get some positional advantage on middle. We actually have a sniper on bats. Actually, headshots Seagull. Seagull scampers off the point though. Looks like I don't see any stickies in the forwards or in the upper lobby area for Badonsky. He's actually just going to sticky the point. So we have a last defense again. Mixup does have their Uber already, and see will they like to take this blood.
Yeah, we have the heavy right now. It's Sesgo. He is top left. Red teams is spawning up in that, or positioning themselves in that upper lobby. Looks like they want to go lower with it with a Seagull leading. That is going to happen. The red Uber is popped right now. A whole lot of sticks being put onto the blue combo. Alpha very hurt. Alpha goes down. Smacka goes down. Platinum getting a kill on Decimate. This is all Mix-Up. Very hurt right now are the blue team. Mela, the only one left alive. He gets cleaned up and a full wipe over on Lost in Translation. Mix-Up only lost Enigma in a strong fourth round for them as they get 3.
Yeah, unfortunately they weren't able to kill the medic or get him forced before they went into last. Lost in Translation wasn't, so Mix-Up had a free push into last. They had a pretty hefty health advantage right away, and then they used the Uber and killed Alpha and I believe Smacka during the Uber, and then were able to just get the cap and get the cleanup.
Yeah, a strong showing right now from Lost in Translation. Mix-Up, they do appear to be just a little bit stronger. One of the things about Mix-Up is they do not let mistakes go unpunished, and we're seeing Lost in Translation make a few mistakes. We saw Alpha come out, and he wasn't with anybody. They dropped him immediately. Just a mismanagement of Uber just by a tiny bit. Mix-Up takes advantage of that and forces a back cap and all sorts of things. So you really need to make sure when you play a team as good as Mix-Up or as it, that you limit those mistakes right now, because honestly, if it weren't for those mistakes, Lost in Translation, they might have a few more rounds here. Might be tied up, but you go ahead and take this middle, Sean.
Yeah, looks like a quick halftime. I took a peek at the stats. Mela, definitely the top performer for Lost in Translation, top damage, top frags, so look to see continued plays from him if they're going to have a chance at winning this game. I'm going to be watching the Mix-Up soldiers here. I want to see how Tyler chooses to go aggressive. He's walking over towards Closet. I see a delayed bomb happening. Squid actually already takes down Badonsky. And looks like Tyler's able to jump across middle. He's peeking, he's climbing on bats, chasing this combo as they're trying to retreat out of Valley. I don't think he's going to be able to chase at that angle, and Lost in Translation gets forced back in the lower lobby immediately.
Yeah,
actually, Tyler also snuck up drop down. Let's see if he's spotted. Might have a chance to get some damage on the medic here. Yeah, looks like he is spotted. Yes, he gets forced out.
Yeah, right now Lost in Translation doing a better job of recognizing the threat and backing out. To have that medic to defend last is so big, because you can't allow what happened the last 2 rounds to happen when Mix-Up just has the huge Uber advantage. They just push right in and decimate your team, including your member teammate, Decimate. I almost said teammate. But we're going to have the blue push coming in, it looks like. The Platinum takes down 1. That was Mela. He goes down. Both teams are Ubered and Shiny on the top left. Hardly very hurt for when this Uber runs out, so he's going to have to try to get safe a little bit. Decimate and Smacka getting a kill apiece right now. We have Platinum bombing in on Decimate, gets taken, or kills Decimate. Platinum with a double kill onto Sesko before Smacka is able to take him down. Seagull's going to kill himself on a sticky trying to cap that last point. So this is the cue for Lost in Translation, the push out. They are 3 down for Mix-Up. We're going to have spawning scouts for the red team in 5 seconds.
This is good by the Lost in Translation demo combo. Badonsky actually jumps up to choke to try and just deny them the yard. So it looks like it's going to allow them to get Spire Cap. We actually have Platinum sneaking out Patio, and actually Mix-Up's going to get aggressive because Platinum took no pressure there. Enigma rushes through and takes down the demo, and actually Mela and Alpha are going to get taken down as well. Kind of a disaster there for Lost in Translation. I think they got a little too relaxed there. The Spire Cap didn't go through, so Mix-Up's in a very good spot now.
Not sure if that's a design play, but it's a play that should be designed. It's so good when you know the other team's going to be coming in to try to force your combo out, as we have Squitter get on the point there and cap the point. But as I was saying, as you know the team's going to try to get aggressive at the choke, you just send someone through Patio. They don't have the eyes to watch it, and it forced the whole round there to crumble. Mix-Up now with 4 rounds to Lost in Translation's 1, and slowly, or maybe not so slowly, this is turning in to a roll here, as it's all Mix-Up so far.
Yeah, I'm looking for a good middle performance here from Lost in Translation. They are electing to go aggressive in their opponent's valley, and actually Badonsky and Alpha are underneath, very aggressive, blocking up the enemy's slope. Now it looks like the teams have traded sides. Lost in Translation fighting from the enemy's train. Alpha is actually really hurt getting out to the enemy's house. Does grab a health kit, looks like, and actually Mixup, 2 members are in the red, 3 members now, but they need to get... Lost in Translation needs to get some frags here. Health is not good enough, and Alpha, are they on the wrong side of the middle? They are. That's a bummer. They traded sides and then got forced in the enemy house, and I think the frags just didn't quite happen there. I saw Scout and Roamer very, very low on health, but they just didn't, convert them into frags.
Yeah, and Lost in Translation, lost on the wrong side of the map there, gets taken out on the blue side of the middle point, and you can see right now we have Hardblue already climbed up. He is just feeling good, just gonna walk by himself, wait for some guys. He's, oh, hello, teammate, I'm gonna heal you. I have 100% Uber.
It's like Melo's actually spy on Battlements. He's behind Mixup. I don't know if Harb spots him. I don't think Harb knows.
Get him!
That was a good attempt by Mela. Harb was staring right at him. He was focused on his arrows, having too much fun. Looks like Mixup does finally push in lower after the spy gets taken down. They're going to split the Uber. I don't see any cap time yet. This Heavy's still full health. This could be a last defense by Lost in Translation. The medic is dead, however. So we need to see some frags start happening. Squitter is wreaking havoc on the top right. And Enigma actually takes down Decimate as well. So 5-1 by Mixup after a very promising first round from Lost in Translation.
Yeah, it started off strong. Mixup sort of caught their stride there in the second round and never really turned back. I would like to see Mela go at least get the Demo Man in that spy play. He had the backstab animation, but he wanted the medic, couldn't get it. I believe Mixup had to have known he was there. They were just looking at him, and he was slowly taking like a few stutter steps before they killed him.
I think maybe Mixup, I think they maybe spotted him, but they were too focused on. I'm sure the comm was something, come to drop down, get buffed. I saw scouts and everyone was kind of clustering there for the preparation for the last push, so maybe they just weren't aware that that Mela was on spy. But I think Enigma was the one that finally spotted it out just at the last second. I think Mela maybe could have dropped the demo or something instead of the medic. Possibly a little greedy, but Mela made his share of plays, so won't fault him for that. A medic stab would have probably saved the last point for him. But you never know. Unfortunate for him, just a little bit quicker on that timing, or maybe could have got hard.
Yeah, and like you said, Mela definitely went huge. In fact, in the rounds that were quicker wins for Mixup were the rounds that Mela did not go huge in. So Mela definitely a huge addition to this roster, a huge benefactor of the round that they won and of the rounds that they had a chance at winning. Unfortunately, there weren't many, as Mixup did take it 5-1. And we're getting an interview, I think. Is this true?
Yes, we're being joined by Platinum and Hardblue, the casting duo from last night, by the way. Thanks for casting, guys.
Hello again, stream.
Hello.
Well played, guys. Hard, care to comment on the UCD at Choke first round?
That was a nice shot by Mela. I was 105 HP. There was no way I was going to pop that there because, I'll always bet that the soldier isn't going to hit it. But there is that once in a while where the soldier just hits an amazing shot and he hit it, so props to him.
Yeah, it was partially my fault because I wasn't shooting him, I was shooting the choke. So I probably could have killed him early, but Harb got owned.
No, it was a good surf, to patio or whatever, but yeah, it was a very good shot by Mela. I was just giving you shit. I would probably try to milk that too, but maybe not because I'm terrible. Were you guys worried at all after the first round? Or were you just content with the fact that, Harb, tried to milk and unfortunately got dropped and then kind of just blamed the round loss on that?
Well, Tyler couldn't shoot for the whole first round. Like, he wasn't even in the server when Mela attacked Tyler, or Harb, was he?
Yeah, the first round was kind of just bleh. It was like basically the worst way ever to start a match. We have Tyler who, right as his rollout starts, realizes his mouse isn't working, and so we just pause, and then we're like, just forget about it. We'll sort it out this round. I mean, it was a little sloppy at first. We weren't really worried. It was just, we're like, all right, let's just straighten this out and play our style, and they got a lot better after that.
But then the second mid-fight went really weird because Alpha went down, but 3 of us went down, and then they were pushing behind us when our combo was pushed up. It was a really weird second round.
Was that the one where Spire was backcapped and they very nearly won?
Yeah.
Who started that backcap? Someone got to double kill it.
I did.
Nice.
It was a fun fight. Smecca blamed MG for losing it.
Blood, do you have any questions for them?
Yeah, actually, you guys play very well. Obviously, you're the top team right now in Invite. I'm not gonna ask you so much about what you guys did right because we can just watch and see what you guys did right. But what do you think? Because maybe this might help some teams. What do you think Lost in Translation did wrong in this match? What was the most obvious mistake you thought they made?
Well, on mids, they didn't contest the point at all. They were kind of outskirting like everywhere, going into choke, jumping behind, going around, and we were just standing on point capping, and they weren't really putting a lot of pressure on mid.
Right.
Yeah, that was definitely the big thing I noticed also. Just we were able to cap the middle point like 3 times while they still had more than half their team alive. And that just shows that they weren't really contesting at all. They were just basically sitting in Valley the whole time, just giving up point control, which, yeah, you really can't do if you want to win the fight. So, again, any team that, is looking, trying to get better, make sure you contest point on any map.
Now, is that a thing that you guys are always aware of at every point, not just middle fights? Because I commented during the cast, and we've seen it before from you guys, that on maps like Process and like Badlands that we just saw, you guys like to steamroll onto points a lot, and it catches a lot of teams off guard because they're expecting the bodies from the enemy team and the Uber to come into them, and all of a sudden there's just an overload on point, and there goes the round. So is that something you guys are always conscious of, and you feel like maybe other teams aren't as conscious of that?
Kind of depends on the mid call and what we want to do. But if we notice that the other team's just not contesting it at all, we're going to take what the defense gives us and set up. And okay, we got 6 on point. We got our team hub. Where are they? If they're spread out, they're going to lose.
Yeah, a big part's just realizing things on the fly, making adjustments mid-match. Because after the first couple rounds, we noticed that they weren't even coming to point. They were just sitting by our closet in the valley. And so I just called to our scouts, just stay with me on point, and I'll heal you there. Don't chase them at the valley at all. And once we switched that up, we were able to cap it again easily. So it's just, teams have to notice what the other team's doing to make adjustments mid-match. You can't just go in with your own strat and just stick to it. You got to make a lot of adjustments while you're playing.
Cool.
Yeah, I think from the last 2 casts, at least on Badlands Week, I've seen you guys, win a couple rounds just because you're able to make those snap decisions against teams that, maybe were a little overconfident. I think a lot of the teams have ability to, win fights against you guys, but then they're not sure what to do with it. Whereas, if you guys, take a fight, you're probably going to convert it a little more reliably than they are.
Yeah, I
Thanks.
definitely agree with that.
You don't quite agree with that?
No, I would definitely agree with it.
We got a question from the chat from Hookie, and I agree with this. What are your opinions on the crossbow buff?
I think the buff was necessary, and I think it's good. I don't, necessarily agree with the rapid fire thing right now, but it's kind of hard to pull off as it is. So I think you can make a script maybe, but I don't agree with that. But I think they are probably going to patch out the machine gun bug.
Now, is it actually faster?
It's like double.
Very quick, yeah.
I don't consider it a bug. I mean, yeah, without the only way to get a script to work with it looks like, is they use the wait command, which is disabled. So there's really no way to script it unless you went through a third-party application or something. But it does take a bit of skill to get off. It takes getting the muscle memory down of switching back real quick. And I don't know. I think that anything that can make the medic a bit more than just a walking healing bot is welcome. The fact that it's definitely still not a DM class, but it provides a little bit more to do than just holding down your mouse the whole time and just healing your teammates. I don't know. I was always hated crossbow before. Needles were always definitely better before this update. And even if it does get patched out, the quick switch, it's still much better with the passive reload, and it's definitely, compared to needles, it's definitely viable now. So I considered before anyone that used it bad, and I stand by that, but it's definitely good now.
Right, I think that I'm sorry, go ahead, Platt.
Oh, I was just going to say that it gets more medics, more actively involved with their actual aim, whether it's for healing or for damage, it puts more emphasis on medics who can aim, and if they have good DM on that class, they can really benefit from hitting, 150 damage heals across the map. Especially with good communication from the medic to whoever he's going to crossbow, in the middle of a fight. If he says freeze for 1 second, hits him for 150, turns the tide. I like the fact that it gets medics more involved.
Yeah, that's a great point. That you're basically taking another class and you're making that class harder, or you're making the skills required to that class more, so that that's a good idea. Like, that's a good concept.
It gives it more potential to heal quicker. Like, I don't like how the medic, they only have the one healing rate unless they start crossbow healing. Well, they do have crit heals, but that's rely on other players. Whereas now you have the opportunity to do like trauma heals with crossbow. Give them 2 quick crossbows and then switch back to one person. So it's definitely anything that increases the skill cap on medic higher than being able to surf rockets and understanding what crit heals means is good in my opinion. So it's a welcome change. But I don't think that quick switch is working as intended, Harb. I would expect that to get fixed.
Well, Valve already released one patch into it, and we all know how timely Valve is with their updates. I just like the fact that with the quick switch, you can heal up all your teammates really fast if you just switch through them, hit them with 2 crossbows. And even without that, the fact that it makes DM basically kind of important to medic, as where before having a good DM was almost useless. I like that, because I always hated when people played medic because they couldn't DM. That kind of always made the class seem like kind of a joke to me. It's like, can't DM, go medic. The fact that having good DM now can actually make a difference in skill, I love it.
Yeah, and I think it kind of accomplishes what the quick fix was trying to accomplish by making the medic, communication and skill, whether that's rocket jumping around with the quick fix or aiming with the crossbow. It just makes the medic a more skilled class, and I like that a lot.
Sounds like we're all on the same page. Man, we're just full of the best ideas.
It's true.
Yep, just make sure they keep the quick switch.
All right, you guys got any shout-outs?
Shout out to Smacka for getting dominated on Spire.
Shout outs to all the other teams in Invite. Hope they keep sticking together.
All right, thanks for the interview, guys. Well played.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us, guys, for this TFTV cast of Mixup vs. Lost in Translation. We're going to let you go. I don't think we have anything scheduled until possibly Sunday. Hope you had a good Halloween. Well played to Mixup tonight. Good, well-earned win. NT to Lost in Translation. Bloodsire, do you have any final shout-outs?
Shout out to Lang for keeping you alive during that pause before. That was very entertaining.
Oh, that was going to be my shout-out. No, I probably would have forgot, let's be honest. I want to give thanks to Dash for doing cam. Thanks to Truck as well. They've been committing a lot of time to get stuff casted this season. We're going to try to continue to do as many invite matches and lower division matches as possible. I think there was a doubleheader earlier with lower division match. Is that accurate? Dash or Fog? Dash, did you cam for that? Was there another cast earlier?
No.
There was not? Never mind. Well, we tried to plan one. We're trying to cover as many invite matches as possible, and then we're trying to get one each week of Open, IM, and Main. So continue to tune in for those as well. Anyways, you guys have a good night. We're going to sign it out here.